Boy, watching this movie reminded me all about growing up in Hampton, Virginia, where this movie was partially set. It reminded me that we did Lee Jackson King Day. That's right, we combined Martin Luther King Jr. Day with 2 Confederate generals. And yet, we were the last ones to unsegregate our schools. Boy, Southeast Virginia was super racist. Hey everybody, welcome back to Drinks and a Movie. Chris Hamker back with you. Today we'll be talking about Hidden Figures, but first let's make the drink. The drink I'm making today is called the Cosmonaut. And the Cosmonaut is 2 parts vodka, 1 part lime juice, 1 part ginger beer, and a dash of bitters into a rocks glass with ice, and you just, pour it all in there and mix it up. So, Hidden Figures is 1, 2... It is written and directed by Theodore Melfi and stars Taraji P. Henson and Kevin Costner, and is about 3 black female mathematical engineers that helped NASA beat Russia in the space race to launch awesome guys like John Glenn and multiple other guys into space before Russia. So that's what this movie's about, and let's see how good this drink is. Cheers everybody. So this is truly a delightful and uplifting film, and this is something you should really see this January, or it's now come to be called the garbage dump of the film industry. This is one of those films that are based off of historical events like Hacksaw Ridge that I knew very little about, but what a truly amazing story, and it's about overcoming the odds, fighting prejudice, coming together to complete a common goal, and it just makes you feel good. And what a stellar cast this movie has, with Taraji P. Henson as the main character, and Octavia Spencer and Janelle Monáe as the other 2 women with her that take NASA by storm. Spencer and Monáe both have really good scenes, but Henson really shines out of the 3 because her story gets more screen time. There are also really great supporting performances by Kirsten Dunst and Jim Parsons, and of course Kevin Costner. And Kevin Costner, this is really sour. So Kevin Costner, like Tom Hanks, really proves why he's been a movie star for 40 years. I mean, this guy is just so natural and so at ease on screen that he commands every scene that he's in. Of course he does. And he is just perfect for this role, who's kind of snarky and a little kind of fed up with the bureaucracy. He's just so good in it. Now, I really could only find one negative with the film, and it's a pretty small problem. But the problem I have with the film is the way the film was put together. And what I mean by this is that all 3 of the female characters are such strong characters they could be the stars of their own movie, considering the contribution they made to the NASA program. The problem is they tried to cram all 3 stories into this, and some of the others got shortchanged. They would spend some time on one story but then cut away to another, and it would just take a while to get back to the other story, and it just felt kind of disjointed that way. Honestly, I would have liked it to be a little bit longer, so we could give all 3 characters their due on screen. The last thing I'm going to say is this movie is about putting aside our prejudices, our differences, and no matter where you're from, what gender you are, or the color of your skin, you can achieve a goal that is greater than just one person. And if you just listen, really listen to someone unexpected, they may offer something very valuable and not just toss them aside prematurely. This movie also teaches us that if we have a common goal to work behind and get around, that we can all come together and achieve this goal together, and I think we should. Last week, Meryl Streep spoke at the Golden Globes, and the first thing people zeroed in on was that she was just another Hollywood elite bashing Trump. But if you listen, really listen, she was talking about being empathetic, being compassionate, and not using your power and your status to disgrace or demean. And these are things that should be inherent in our common human decency, but somehow we've lost that. And I just hope we can find that common goal to, bring us all together again. Just like they did in this movie Hidden Figures. I don't know if it'll happen, but I hope it will. This one's a 4.5 drinks out of 5 for me, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Have a drink on me.